Hi everyone, Nash here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the best low carbohydrate diet. Basically, there are three main types of low carbohydrate diets, and they are ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, and paleo diet. Now I'm going to tell you what the benefits of these diets are, and what is my experience with all these three types of diet. So let's start first with ketogenic diet. Ketogenic diet was invented by medical professionals in order to treat the symptoms of epilepsy. They had some positive results with ketogenic diet, and what patients had in common, apart from getting better regarding the symptoms of epilepsy, is that most of them were losing body weight, body fat. So the diet became more attractive for people who wanted to lose body fat. Now, the main protagonists of ketogenic diet was Dr. Atkins. So this is how we have the Atkins diet, which is also ketogenic diet. Dr. Atkins was a cardiovascular specialist, and he invented this diet in order to treat some symptoms of cardiovascular diseases. He was successful applying this diet to his clients, but again, what made him popular was the fact that all his clients lost weight, actually lost body fat. So now, what is the ketogenic diet? What this diet consists of? Basically, ketogenic diet is the diet which is made of 70% fat and 30% protein. So, for example, if you are on a 3,000 calorie diet, 70% of that, so 2,100 calories, should come from fat. This is about 230 grams of fat a day, and the rest of it should come from protein. So this amount of fat to obtain in this diet, in ketogenic diet, has to come from outside sources. It is impossible to obtain this from natural foods like meat, eggs, fish, cheese, because food that we find in nature, like meat, eggs, fish, they don't contain high percentage of fat. So this food mainly contains around 15 to 20% fat, depending on which cuts of meat you eat. But in order to satisfy this requirement, you basically have to eat extra fat in the way of butter, lard, double cream, and similar. So imagine having a steak and about 50-60 grams of butter on it, and then again you have whatever you have, and you have to add extra lard or extra double cream. So it's in a way it's really not fulfilling diet, because you will have to top up that fat all the time. So it's missing that natural kind of feeling. Although this diet showed some results even among bodybuilders, people managed to lose body fat. The biggest problem with this diet is that is not something that you can consider all the time. So the diet you can carry on with probably a few weeks, but this diet is simply not sustainable. So you cannot carry on for 6 months or a year or for the rest of your life. So sustainability is very important, apart from effect. I tried this diet myself. I didn't have really good experience, not much changed, but the main thing is it wasn't sustainable. So I also didn't feel 100%, didn't feel natural eating this type of diet, which is 70% fat, 30% protein. Now the next one is carnivore diet. This was a diet propagated by people who thought that we should be eating mainly meat, and because throughout evolution, this was staple food for humans, among other food. But propagators of this diet, they believed that meat was essentially the main source of protein and nutrients for man. And this diet is very restrictive. It consists mainly of meat. So imagine eating 2-3 pounds of meat a day, and that's it, nothing else. Basically, you don't eat anything else. Some people who have allergic problems or autoimmune diseases caused by eating too much vegetables, different phytochemicals in the vegetables, some toxins which are in small amounts, but still in some people they can cause inflammation and different reactions, either cause autoimmune diseases or maybe rash or skin disease or eczema, similar. People benefited from this type of diet because they simply eliminated food which was causing the problem. So the benefit of this diet is that if you are prone to some unwanted reaction to, for example, vegetables or fruit, you can eliminate that by eating just meat. I never tried this diet as it is by the book, but I've tried a kind of moderated type of carnivore diet. So I would include, apart from red meat, I would include eggs, also include chicken legs and cheese. And I can tell you that this diet helped me. I think a couple of years ago, I did, for about 3 months, I did this diet. I enjoyed it. I was never hungry. I was growing. I was very, very lean. And this diet is actually good for people who are not really carbohydrate tolerant. So people who cannot tolerate a lot of carbohydrates will react really good with this type of diet, actually with loose body fat. So I experienced it, and I can tell you it's almost 100% sustainable, but it's not really sustainable because I couldn't really carry on eating like this. This is my story, my experience. There are people who can. I'm just giving you an option, as always. So the third type of diet, low carbohydrate diet, is Paleo Diet. Paleo Diet also is based on a theory that we should eat what our ancestors ate, especially hunters and gatherers, for majority of our human existence, basically on this planet. Hunters and gatherers existed for 190,000 years, and before the agrarian reform, agrarian discovery of agriculture, and agriculture entered the scenery just 10,000 years ago. So the logic behind this, beyond this diet, is that basically you need to follow what our ancestors did in order to live healthy life and even to lose body fat and gain muscle. So this diet consists mainly of meat, chicken, fish, eggs, but also of different type of vegetables and also fruit, because the theory is that people had occasionally opportunity in our history, especially as hunters and gatherers, to eat fruit and vegetables, so that should not be excluded from the diet. This is the diet which allows you to eat certain amount of carbohydrates, but it's still low carbohydrate diet, because, for example, if you have 3 or 4 meals a day and they are mainly fish, meat, chicken, eggs, and some vegetables, maybe 1 or 2 pieces of fruit, you won't never be more than 50 to 100 grams of carbs per day, because vegetables are very low in carbs. Most of the vegetables are around 3 to 4% of carbohydrates. So you can have the bulk of vegetables without actually bringing too much carbohydrates in your body. When it comes to fruit is usually 10 to 12% sugar. And if you have 1 or 2 pieces of fruit a day, that will still amount to maybe 15, 20 grams of carbohydrates, plus 30 to 50 grams of carbohydrates from your vegetables. So I'm guessing you should be around 50 to 100 grams of carbs a day, which is still a low carbohydrate diet. And all these carbohydrates also are of very low glycemic index, so they're very unlikely to turn into body fat. So this diet in particular is my favorite diet. This is the way that I've been eating for decades, and that helped me to maintain my shape and my size constantly over the years. So if I'm really looking to get a bit leaner, I would exclude completely fruit from my diet, and I would pay attention that I don't eat too much fat, just what is in the food, what is in the eggs, what is in the meat and fish, plus vegetables. So this diet is sustainable. It will allow you to grow muscle and also to burn body fat. So this is my favorite diet, and I believe that most of the people can follow this type of low carbohydrate diet for a long period of time and benefit. So you don't have to really worry about consistency and sustainability, because this diet will offer you that. I hope you like this video. And just one more thing I want to point out, that all these three types of diets are effective. They may not be sustainable, especially first and second keto diet and the carnivore diet, but it doesn't mean that some people won't really try on them. So again, as always, I said you have to try to experiment. You need to find amount of calories that keep you in the same shape and allows you to grow and to be full of energy and active. But you need to experiment. It's good to try occasionally and then see how you react to that, because there is no one size fits all. And I hate really when I see people advocating, oh, it's only carnivore diet, nothing else. This is the best. Or ketogenic diet, just ketogenic diet and nothing else. But most of these people who do that on internet, and you know who they are, they keep changing and they say, oh, carbohydrates are very bad for you. And then 6 months later, they say, oh, now I'm eating 300 grams of carbs a day and I feel much better. So wait a little bit. You were talking a different story 6 months ago. So what about your consistency in approach? So obviously, there are a lot of so-called experts, scientists, doctors, whoever they are, but what they're lacking is experience. Apart from the knowledge they have, which may be good, not necessarily, they don't have experience in the field. So in order to gain experience, your own experience, which is the only one that matters, I advise you to keep trying and keep rotating diets. So once again, ketogenic diet, 70% fat, 30% protein, not really sustainable, but some people may thrive on it. Carnivore diet, if it's moderated, if it's adjusted slightly as I did, can be sustainable. If you, apart from meat, if you add eggs and you add maybe fish or maybe some cheese, if you tolerate cheese, this diet can be sustainable. And the most sustainable diet, in my case, and in the case of most of my clients, is actually Paleo diet, which allows you to eat all sources of protein, plus vegetables and a bit of fruit. So I hope you got enough information now to create your own base and start from there. Experiment, see what works for you, and please, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and send me your comments, because they're very valuable, not just for me, but for other people who follow my YouTube channel. So until the next one, take care. I wish you all the best.